Perfect. Look, guys, first off, I just want to thank everybody for being here on short notice. Certainly these last few days have been a difficult time for me and challenging, so I do appreciate you being here and just want to share a few words, if I can. Well, to be honest, I'm never short of words, so I wouldn't do it. You have to bear with me. But in 2010, I was fortunate enough to have a meeting with then coach Rob Beveridge, where he invited me down to be a part of the Perth Wildcats and remarked that if I were to stay on, I needed to be one of the hardest workers. Fast forward a few months where I spent my first road trip laying in bed, not wanting to make a sound after Brad Robbins had asked me if I was watching TV, which I clearly was, only for him to follow up that with, "Cool, can you turn it off?" I was an annoying little bugger and wanted to learn from those that worked the hardest and were admired most by their peers. I won over Robbo, and some of his insight has never left me. He spoke about being dependable in this league, in this business, and its value, and I never forgot that. For the past 9 years, every practice, every film session, every ounce of sweat, I did so because of my love and drive of the game of basketball. And I tried my best to be dependable. Dependable to my teammates, to my coaches, to my family, and to all those who are cheering us on. I don't know if I ever perfected that formula, but I do know I gave it everything I had. When my time as Perth Wildcats basketball player is over, I can only hope the men and women in this organisation will say that I was a fine and decent man that tried to do things the right way, and that I was dependable. When you're young, I learned that when opportunity comes, grab it. And as you get older, I think you realise there's more to those opportunities. As you get older, I learned that when this opportunity comes, grab it. As you get older, I think you realise there's more to those opportunities. No man knows when his time has come to walk away, and I'm no different. It's been said, whether right or wrong, better 3 hours too soon than a minute too late. The man who insists on seeing the perfect clearness before he decides, he never decides. Accept life, and you cannot accept regret. After much self-reflection and talking to those closest to me, I've decided I'll retire from the Perth Wildcats and the National Basketball League at the completion of the season. I was never the most talented, never the flashiest. I relied on grit. Other players might have been more talented, but I can assure you no one was going to outwork me. I learned early on in my life through many challenges that I can change my circumstances with hard work, but I'd have to be willing to go out and earn it. The sheer concentration that is required to pursue a dream, you see, it's not for everyone, but it was for me. I love it. I can't get enough of it. With that, I never allowed my mind to drift to a place to think what this day would look like for me. I never wanted this day to come, but it does come for all of us. My mindset has always been that they'll probably have to drag me off the court, and I was okay with that. To all my teammates over the years, I know I was demanding. I know there were many days you wanted to tell me to shut up. I hope you know it was because I cared. I know that as the years pass, the made shots, there wasn't many. The rebounds, a lot of bloody rebounds. The wins, all that will fade. But what won't ever go away is that feeling, that brotherhood in the locker room. Every day when my car arrived in the front of the Western Force facility, or right here at Bendat, I got that knot in my stomach. Not because I was waiting for Brett's smoothie, not because I was anxious or worried. It happened because I knew when I walked in, I was going to challenge myself, my teammates, my coaches, and the entire organisation to get better every day. I also got that feeling because of the guys at the back, my teammates. I never want to let you down. The locker room, the bonds that we have, that drives you. When I arrived here in 2010, little did I know the types of guys I'll be able to meet. Best mates, groomsmen, brother-in-laws. Many times over the years, I'd wake up in the morning, jump out of bed. And as I got out of bed, as I got older, hobble out of bed, catch myself saying, how lucky am I? To be able to play the game of basketball for the Perth Wildcats for 9 years and learn from guys at the start of my career like Kevin Lish, Drew Williams, and specifically Brad Robbins and Cameron Tovey, who had a massive impact on my career. To the guys I spent most of this ride with, Sean Redditch, Tom Jervis, Jared Kenny, Matty Knight, and so many, many more, I'm forever grateful to you. To Damon Jesse, I've had the absolute honour to be able to share every moment in a Wildcats jersey with you, and I thank you. Back in 10, only in our wildest dreams could we have imagined what the next 9 years of our lives would look like. 6 kids, 3 championships, aiming for a 4th, all residing in the same suburb. One as a real estate agent, the other with 84 degrees. And proof that I'm the only athlete in our group by having Sully. To the young bucks, Nick Kay, Mitch Norton, Angus and Bryce. You men energise me. Your dedication to perfecting your craft has made me immensely proud. This club will be successful for a very long time. Clint and Tariko, I'll miss our daily battles. Thank you for challenging me every day. And to the crop of sand gropers, Sunday, Wani, Lockie and Cole, and ceremony groper Brian. Have a dream like I did. Work hard every damn day in achieving that dream, just like me. To Reese, the young me. It'll be your turn to lead. I know you're ready. You have earned that right and respect. I challenge you to take it to the next level and do it in a way that makes us all proud. To the Perth Wildcat players who came before me, you guys are the standard. You're the bloodline. Like that, Nordo? Guys like Vlahov, Grace, Crawford, Fisher, Ellis, Rogers, Catalini, and of course, Eric Watterson. Thank you for allowing me to wear the number 4. The list goes on and I say thank you. I try my hardest to make you proud. To the Wildcat staff and volunteers that work tirelessly behind the scenes, thank you for allowing us players to focus on our jobs. And to Katie, thank you for your tireless efforts with us all, but I sure won't miss seeing your name pop up on my email or phone. To Dave, Josh, Brett, Dan, Sandy and the rest of our support staff, the guys that don't receive the recognition or accolades that you truly deserve, I will make sure to make contact with you personally to acknowledge the impact you've all had on me. To all my coaches throughout the years, thank you. You've all had a profound impact both on and off the basketball court. Again, I'll make contact to Jacob and Adam, the hardest working guys in our organisation. Okay, maybe only Adam, but your value cannot be underestimated. To Trevor Gleeson, Matt Nielsen, Rob Beveridge and Sean Dennis, I'm grateful for the impact and influence that you've had on my career. And I will carry those with me for the rest of my life. Bevo, thank you for taking a chance on me, for making this story a bit more appealing by saying I was overweight, and for believing in me. SD, thank you for your guidance, your mentorship and your honesty. Trev, it's been an incredible ride, which I hope we can only add to. But thank you for challenging me every day to be a better basketball player and more importantly, a better man. And Nelly, mate, thank you for being genuine and making this environment fun. More so, thank you for wearing your heart on your sleeve and always putting others first, even on a day off. To Jack and his family, I can't put into words what an honour it was to represent all of you on that court and off it as well. Thank you. Nick Marvin, early in my career, you were like a father figure to me, something I never really shared, but thank you for everything you ever done to me. And Troy, whilst we've only worked closely together for the last 2 seasons, I appreciate your commitment to this club and continually striving it to bigger and better places. To the board of directors, thank you for your continued support, and thank you to Peter and Rhonda Wagner, All Flag Signs and Banners, for their sponsorship over the years. To the Wildcat fans, for 9 years, I tried to represent you the right way, bring you joy and insist in winning some championships. I hope that along the way, I made you proud to be a Perth Wildcats fan. During the high times and the low times, the messages I would receive, please know how much that meant to me and inspired me. It was never lost on me the responsibility that is bestowed as a Perth Wildcats player, and I thank you for your support. To my family, to my mum Eva, dad George, and brother Christoph, we've come a long way. Not bad for an illegal immigrant from Hungary who learned English from door knockers and Jehovah's Witnesses. Mum, thank you for your sacrifices. To my in-laws, Clay and Linda, thank you for your continued support and for showing me what it's like to be an extremely hard worker, a great parent and a family man. To my wife, Ainsley, who's been with me for every step of the way, out of all the big decisions I've made in my life, and marrying you has been far and away the best thing that's ever happened to me. Thank you for being our rock, being there through all the tough times and all the sacrifices you've made daily. I love you. To my children, Sullivan and Finley, one of my greatest accomplishments is I had the opportunity to play long enough so that you could both experience this journey. It's my hope that the way I've played this game will be installed in you and encourage you and help you to chase your own dreams. Being able to be the best father I can be to you is and always will be the greatest honour I could ever receive. I love you both. I referenced the last few days have been challenging for me. The hardest part of the decision was knowing that I may never get a dunk in a game, that in due time I no longer will be able to beat Bryce in shooting contest, and even say dad jokes I know of every week. But in all seriousness, to all the young players and coaches out there, I hope that I've showed you that yes, you can do things the right way, be a leader in your community, be a gentleman, play in the right manner and embrace the role you were given. Show good sportsmanship and still be a very good basketball player, even though some may disagree. Somewhere along the way, and this is so easy to get lost, we're all focused on results and they are important. What you learn as you get older is the journey is the reward. If I learned anything along the way in the last 9 years, it's that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people won't forget how you made them feel. We do good, upright things because we want to leave a positive legacy in our wake. And that is certainly what I tried my best to do during my time with this organisation. I'll leave you with this. There aren't many decisions that come with absolute certainty. But I can tell you one thing that is certain. Putting on the red jersey, lacing up those basketball shoes, seeing your name on the back of your singlet and running onto the Perth Arena, as a member of Australia's most successful franchise, it brings a certainty of pride and honour. The kind of certainty that comes but once in a lifetime to be a Perth Wildcat. Thank you.
Well done. That's pretty well. Just rate of questions, I guess.
Yeah, I think any player obviously doesn't think about it all the time or prefers not to. And something I've, last year at back end with injuries, I did consider, but it was not for me, it wasn't the right time. I wanted to prove something to myself and as well, to my family, and did a lot of hard work to come back this year. And I still, in terms of my body, it feels amazing. What we're doing at this club is special, but I just thought it was the right time. I can go out on my own terms, relatively high, hopefully with a championship. And I was just, as more and more I thought about it, I just knew it was the right thing to do and to move on in that next phase of life.
So was there a moment where it started to become real?
Look, to be honest, we've had those conversations with my wife, many of times, and I've something that you ignore and put away. And as the season was starting to come to a close, it was a realisation that, had to put some things in place if I was to go ahead with that decision. And yeah, that was sort of it.
Trev, for you summing up as a player?
Greg's not the most talented player out there, but what he did do is get the best out of his ability, and that's just his work ethic and his buy-in to the team, put the team first on every occasion, and challenge everybody every day. It was coming in here, and this this place here, he's getting better. He's forcing guys to be the best that they can, and those things are priceless, and it's why you have a team to be successful over a long period of time, for characters like that are selfless, put the team first. And you know, many occasions I've said, Greg, you're starting this week, and said, right, he does the best job ever, and he did that this year, and then he goes back to play a role on the bench, and he's still got the first team first mentality, and that's priceless, to have someone that has that grit and determination, and really put everyone else before himself.
In that 2014 finals campaign, he had Ennis and Beale, but he was almost one of the better players.
Yeah, look, I just said before, I thought he should have been the MVP of the league. You know, we had James Ennis was in foul trouble game 3. This is all the bickies are on the table against Adelaide in game 3 at 11 o'clock Sunday morning, and Greg coming off the bench early with James in 3 fouls at half time, and he just played unbelievable. The rebound, dedication to do it was a long way why we won that championship. And you know, and I always said he's always got a spot here in the team when I'm coaching. He's one of those guys that you love on your team.
Do you remember that playoff campaign? Is that your finest moment, do you think?
Yeah, in terms of playing, for sure. You live for those moments. Not gonna lie, I've watched a lot of highlights of that sort of thing, and when you're a little bit down in confidence, you do. I also remember Shawnee never passing me the ball on a fast break as well. But I think you always, as a kid growing up, you want to sink the buzzer beater or do that, and to, I guess, step up in the biggest game of your career. Yeah, upon reflection, yeah, definitely.
You've got a chance to win 4 titles now. What do you say to your teammates in the next month?
Yeah, I spoke about it up there, and you know, I think all basketball team, all professional clubs have a bond, but I think the strength of a bond is truly measured when you're a successful team, and I see that. And to win a championship takes a lot of sacrifice, a lot of hard work. I mean, for some of us, you know, might win a championship in their first year, and for me, I had to lose multiple grand finals. And so my thing is to, you know, everyone always has an individual purpose. It's only natural. But if your desire to win a championship is to be exactly what you want, you have to challenge yourself every single day and really do everything in your power to get there. Because you know, you can't measure family, marriage, all those sort of things in life, but you can't measure what that means to hold that up high. And yeah, I think that's a motivation enough for these group.
Would you like to look at going into coaching? You've got a lot of things on your plate outside of basketball.
Yeah, look, it's obviously not, it's common knowledge that I have a passion in working with youth in the mental health landscape. I've obviously found my own organisation. It's something that obviously I can transition into my next phase of life. I mean, I would love to, you know, I'm proud to see, you know, guys like Reese and to come through the development player system, and hopefully I can say I was part of that. You know, being a development player myself, and yeah, moving on. I'm not going to start up my own basketball academy. There's about 84 of them in Perth, but no, I definitely hope I can definitely assist in that regard and help mentor some of the up and coming youth in WA. Not maybe like me, but at some point for sure.
Trev, when you came to the club, how much easier was it having guys like Greg and Danny Martin, Jesse Wagstaff, to name a couple with an already set up culture?
Oh, without a question, they live and breathe it. You know, when I first got here, they were young, pretty wild, single guys, and they were to see their development as men is, you know, it's one of the joys that I've seen, from to get married now to start a family, and to do it together. You know, and it's we have values on this organisation, and they're not just words and not just signs up in the locker room. They're actually, these guys live and breathe them and follow it through and hold each other accountable, and that's going to be sorely missed, and hopefully the next person can take the torch with them and carry that forward from what Greg and the rest of the boys have been doing.